You know what they say about paradise? That it's not a place, it's a feeling. But sometimes it's both. It rises out of the eastern Caribbean like a green jewel among the waves. St. Lucia, named after St. Lucy of Syracuse, one of the few countries in the world named after a woman. Originally held by the Arawak people, then the Caribs, and eventually discovered, of course, by the French and battled for by the British. Fought over 14 times before anyone could keep her. Oh yes, St. Lucia knows the sting of conflict and the sweetness of survival. This is a place of twin peaks called pitons, volcanic spires stretching upward like fingers of the gods. The land of Creole spice, steel drum songs, and sunsets so golden that they put bullion to shame. And yet, for all her beauty, St. Lucia's true pride lies in her coat of arms. Two St. Lucian parrots, native and rare, frame the crest. They hold aloft symbols of her past, an African stool for her heritage, a fleur-de-lis for her French roots, and Tudor rose for the British influence. Above them, a torch, because her flame of independence never flickers. And now, all that legacy, all that culture, all that story has been captured onto this 1 troy ounce of 3/9 fine silver. The 2023 St. Lucia coat of arms silver bullion coin is more than just currency. It's a passport to the Caribbean soul, issued by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank as a part of its sought-after 8-coin series. This edition stands out like the island it honors, bold, elegant, and unmistakably proud. Collectors don't really just want this because it has a low mintage or its beauty. They want this because it means something. Because when you hold a coin like this, you're holding the resilience, the diversity, and the freedom pressed into silver that they actually had to go through in founding this beautiful nation. This coin hails from the EC8 series, as we mentioned, and as I have stated before, this is the series I point people to who want to complete a series that's not over the top in premiums like so many of the world coins like the kookaburra, and it does not have to wait years to complete like, let's say, a lunar series or Queen Beast. It also has a fairly low mintage and interesting artwork that changes every single year. Every year, a unique coin is struck for each of the EC8. EC stands for Eastern Caribbean, and 8, of course, is the amount of island nations included in this series, which all reside in the Lesser Antilles. And that would be things like Anguilla, which is right here. If I can get it to focus. We have Antigua and Barbuda. As you can see, I have some of these coins pulled from my collection to show you. Dominica or Dominica, depending on which part of the globe you're on. Right there. We have Grenada, the diving paradise, and the biggest producers of nutmeg, of course. We have Montserrat, gorgeous, gorgeous Montserrat. We have, of course, St. Lucia, which we just talked about. And we have two more, St. Kitts and Nevis, like this pelican right here, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So every single year, these images change throughout all 8. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 8 coins from a single year that would complete the set. And the cool part is each year, like we talked about, you could do it again and again and again as the artwork changes. It's really a cool and unique series. But is this coin right for your collection? Well, let's find out as we place it, of course, on our 60-point scale. When we look at the obverse, we are met with the updated standard obverse holding the script letters ECCB, which context clues tell us via the legend that it stands for Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, who, with in conjunction of the 8 nations and the Scottsdale Mint, bring us this awesome coin. This is a sharp turn away from what was traditionally seen on the obverse, as you can see right there. which was the Commonwealth monarch, most recently Queen Elizabeth II. Upon her passing, Charles was never given this opportunity in the series, which is an interesting shift from tradition. I'm not sure why that is, so if you do know, please let me know in the comments below. I don't think there's necessarily a push to be taken out of the Commonwealth, so I don't think it's that, but I don't know. So I'd love you to comment below and let our viewers know if you happen to have that information. It is a poised and balanced obverse, but it does not strike me as amazing, so I do score it a 7. Now, our duty is to score the reverse, of course. Beautiful. And by the way, I do have one other coin from St. Lucia right here, just to show you the diversity you could get in any of these coins within a series. Really cool. We also have the old obverse and the new obverse right there. Back to it. So I'm a sucker for a good coat of arms, and this coin does meet my expectation. I love the unique imagery offered by St. Lucia as the shield is held up by a coupling of the St. Lucian parrots. Some people call them Amazons, and I want to say people also call them Jackos. A beautiful emerald bird with sharp contrast of electric blue. Pairings which evoke tropical dreams. On the shield in the middle, we see the African stool of authority, atop of outstretched bamboo, quartering roses and fleur-de-lis. We see in the lower banner the words, "the land, the people, and the light," which offers accommodation to the light held at cardinal north position. Light often refers to truth, and in this case, I would assume that it is light being evoked. I also love that the field was given attention with some texturing to counterbalance the geometry of the frosted area. Great coat of arms overall, and I score it an 8. Mintage is next. One of the reasons I love this series is mintage sitting at a sweet spot of 25,000, meaning the premiums do not seem to be too high, and if you check APMEX, where I got mine, or the Scottsdale website within a couple of months of its minting, you are likely to be able to get one. I scored an 8. Cultural significance is next, and as mentioned, a coat of arms is steeped in culture, and this one is no different. It has elements of native species, French and English colonization, and the Creole and African heritage brought over because of slavery, of course, and eventual emancipation and tenants of the land. There is not much more you could do in significance to the culture of St. Lucia, and I do score it a 10. And now we talk about collectability. This coin and series don't hold the provenance of, let's say, a kookaburra or Queen's Beast, but I think that is mostly due to geography, marketing, and distribution. The Caribbean is not a vastly populated area. This series does not get marketed like many of the big brands of bullion, and because it's not easily accessible to the Commonwealth nations like England or Australia, oftentimes leads these to be rare gems that most of the bullion world overlook or do not know exist. I think it's a stunning series in value and love the scenes on each coin as they tend to tell direct stories of the culture, history, and nature of these nations. Over time, many of these coins from an island very well could lay out the feeling one gets when visiting. I think they're great, but I must say objectively I have to score it a 7, which brings us to uniqueness. Coats of arms may be the safest pick when it comes to wanting a unique coin that highlights a nation. Many animals, historical events, natural elements are shared by other nations, but a coat of arms is striking and unique. Thus being said, it is even more unique to have a coin that has different artwork each year, meaning this is the only coat of arms bullion coin from St. Lucia holding even more provenance. I scored a 10, bringing us to our final thoughts and score. St. Lucia's coat of arms struts past the line at an elite 50 out of 60, making it elite just by the curve of a beak. Honestly, I thought it would score mid-40s, but in a strange sequence of strong mintage, uniqueness, and well-done design, it has carried it past to the highest level, the highest echelon of our grading, which is the elite status. So is it right for you? Well, it depends. If you are wanting to start a new series, then absolutely, because the EC8 is one of the most fun and easiest series to entertain yourself with. If you love Caribbean nations and history, then of course, yes. If you want to go on a cruise to St. Lucia, well, yes, it's for you. Who is this not for? Well, probably stackers who will fight any premium out of habit and those who do not desire the EC8 or its nations, which is fine, by the way. My job is to expose you to some of the amazing coins around the world so that you can make informed decisions about your stacker collection. My job is never to tell you you have to buy anything. If I ever cross that line, please let me know in the comments. And until next time, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.